2021. It's only a few weeks away now, which to me is a weird thing to be saying because we've had such a strange year with all the coronavirus and everything. But is there an opportunity there to build your KDP business? And especially if you're a beginner, haven't created any book before, is now the perfect time to then build that business and make this a New Year's resolution for the next year. That's what we're going to be going over today, and you're not going to want to miss this. So if you haven't been here before, my name is Rory and I run this channel not called Mr. Rosa, called Rory Marles, and we finally made the change. Rory Marles is my name, if you guys didn't know that, and yes, this was a big change for me and hope you guys like the change as well. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as it would be greatly appreciated and doesn't take you half a second to do. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 niches which I recommend you guys to be creating now for the new year, for 2021, and let me tell you, there's a lot of potential in there. So we're not going to waste any more time because I know you guys are going to want to see these niches right now, and let's get into it. So to start off with, we have the cursive handwriting niche. Now this niche is huge. The best sellers for these books and the potential is massive here. Now, as you can see, there is 1,000 results, which firstly meets our first criteria. And then, well, if we have a look at the first book, 3,566 in books. Next one, 2,106. Next one, 3,642. And, well, if you want to get an idea of what that BSR would mean, so if we get 2,106, just type that in, 2,106. 1,279 sales per month, which is thousands and thousands a month. And the reason I believe this would be a great niche to be getting into now for 2021 is because, well, obviously at the moment there's not many search results, which could increase over a few months or weeks or whatever. And with coronavirus still around and more schools going into a lockdown, I know I was in a lockdown for 3 weeks, and well, there's going to be kids out there, parents that are wanting to keep their kids' education up. Well, this kind of books they're going to be writing for, especially for those younger ages like 4 to 8, 3 to 5, that sort of thing. These are the kind of books they're going to be creating. And obviously we don't know what could happen with the coronavirus at the moment, whether we go into another lockdown. So these could have a lot of potential. And even if we don't go into a lockdown, these are always huge. And obviously you can have a look at all the BSRs of some of these. With only 1,000 results, well, the potential there is absolutely massive. And within that, I'm going to combine these two niches into one, and that is the calligraphy book niche, which also I've made a video on, is a huge one. It's almost like handwriting books, but for adults that are wanting to create like this artistic handwriting. If you didn't know what calligraphy is as well, we can have a look at these here and have a look at something like this. So this is like a big proper book. We can just have a look, it will show what calligraphy is. This is the kind of thing that calligraphy is, but all you need to be doing, places like Creative Fabrica, they'll sell calligraphy style paper, and you're just creating a nice cover. It will do very well. We can have a look at the cursive handwriting interior for some of these. So if we have a look at this book here, have a look inside it, well, you can see how simple it is. I mean, this is more of a higher quality one that I've seen. It's including images and that sort of thing, but still, compared to what other niches there are, such as like colouring books and that sort of thing, it's still a lot easier to do that. So even if you're a beginner in this, and if you're wanting to create them yourselves, well, the cursive handwriting niche is still one you can get into due to how simple these interiors are. And still, like I said, websites that are selling them and that sort of thing. And honestly, I haven't done a video on the cursive handwriting niche, but I've always known it is a huge one, and it's one I would 100% recommend you guys to get into now. And let's move on to the second one we have for today. And the second one is 2021 to 2022 planners. Now, obviously, why I believe this will be a good one for creating now for 2021 is because, well, people are going to start buying these sorts of things now because it's getting to that New Year period, and a lot of people love calendars. They love having these sort of things, and it's a great way for them to keep up to date with everything, and they've always been very popular. And as you can see with this keyword phrase here, 2021 to 2022 monthly planner, there is only 1,000 results. And we've got a book here, 30,000, another one here, 134,000, another one here, 1,000. And I'll tell you the great thing about this niche. And in fact, I'll show an author which has capitalised on this niche, and that is Pretty Simple Planners. And what you can do with this niche is that, well, if we have a look at this one, so this is a 2020 to 2021, so this is one from last year, and well, I'll tell you now, it did make a lot of sales. Well, you can see, yes, it's got a very nice interior. However, if we look at another book, well, something you'll notice is that the interior will be exactly the same. And all they've done is change the cover ever so slightly, change the colour of the cover, and yet they're two separate books, yet both making a lot of sales. And that's why I believe this niche has a lot of potential, because it's very, very easy. If you want to just spend, what I would recommend doing is spending a lot of your time creating that nice high quality interior, creating one really high quality interior, and then putting them into loads of different cover colours and that sort of thing. And they've used the exact same keywords, everything in their title here. And well, you can have a look at all their books. All these have made a lot of sales, and yet they're all the same interior. That's the great potential with this niche. And just to add this thing into the video now, what I'm doing is I'm going over a few different categories. So we've started off with the cursive handwriting, we've gone to this sort of planner style, and the next one is a colouring book niche, and that one is the geometric colouring book niche. And I've talked a lot about this, I've even made a separate video on it, and it was actually one I found while going through Creative Fabrica looking at colouring book interiors, and well, I realised that there's definitely a lot of potential there. And as you can see, there is 1,000 results. Now the thing with colouring books, they've always been one of the top selling niches on Amazon. It's always been a fact. But these, they're a lot simpler to create because it's just basically a bunch of shapes. And I showed you guys how you can simply create them. Now, if you want to get an idea of a geometric colouring book interior, well, we can have a look at something like this. This is a patterns of the universe. And well, you can see it's just a bunch of shapes. And you can imagine how simple these are to create compared to a lot of the colouring book niches. So even, like I said, if you're a beginner, this is still a perfect one to be getting into. And well, what did this have a BSR of? 15,199, 263 sales per month. Yeah, the colouring book niche is always one I would recommend getting into because, well, like I said, they've always been top sellers, and well, you could almost create a brand around yourself creating styles of colouring books and that sort of thing. And geometric colouring book niche is definitely one, if you're starting out in the colouring book niche, haven't created any books there before, well, it's definitely a stepping stone and a great place to start. And the fourth one is the number tracing niche. Now this is almost cohesive with the cursive handwriting niche, except it's for numbers. I searched up this keyword phrase, number tracing books for kids ages 3 to 5, because it looked like a popular one. And well, as you can see, there's 947 results below our 1,000 results criteria. And the first book here, 1,277 in books. We type that in, 1,277, 1,846 sales per month. If you're asking me, I'd quite like that amount of money. And we can have a look at one of these interiors. So this one here, it's a very nice cover. Get an idea of what we're looking to create. And well, you can see, again, they've included some vectors and that sort of thing, but they don't have to be like this. There's many different styles you can go for, like this one here. I'm not even a huge fan of this cover yet. It's 2,686 in books. And well, you can see this is down as a number tracing niche, yet is a letter tracing. This is a number and letters. But yeah, these types of interiors, well, if you're creating a cursive handwriting interior, it won't take much to just change it to a number tracing interior, and there already you've got two niches you've got into, and two niches that have a lot of potential with them. And yeah, the number tracing niche is 100% one I would recommend to you guys. Again, following the fact that we don't know what could happen with lockdowns in the future and that sort of thing. So creating them, there could be a lot of potential. And let's move on to the last one. Now the last one is logbooks, and in particular, hiking logbook. Now this is a bit of a narrowed down niche. This is actually one where I was doing some logbook research. I made a recent video, I'll leave it above, where I was looking at the logbook niche. And well, there was a lot of potential when I looked at this hiking logbook, because 936 results, and it's obviously getting a lot of searches per month. And there's one book here, 1,250 in books, 1,875 sales per month. So obviously there's a lot of people searching this every month, yet I've only seen a couple of hiking logbooks, and yet all of them are making sales. You've got another one here, 8,689, but still there's not many. So if you're creating some of these, well, you could find yourself getting on the first page, and if there's a lot of searches in there don't particularly like this cover and you do a different style that they prefer, well, you could find that you could then be getting a lot of traffic to your hiking logbook as well. So yeah, that is the reason why I would recommend this niche, and you can go and create them yourselves in places like Adobe Illustrator, Canva, Inkscape, that sort of thing, and create a similar thing to this. Or you could go to Creative Fabrica, search up hiking logbook interior, and you will get a perfect and high quality interior as well. And the brilliant thing about logbooks is, one, I would recommend if you want to get from that beginner stage, from like lined and dot grid interiors up to like more high quality interiors, because they're still very easy to create, because all it again takes is you to create one interior, just one page of the interior, and then you can copy and paste it throughout and create then your 120 pages. So all it requires you to do is make one page, and then all you have to do is copy and paste it throughout. So that is why I believe it's a great niche to be getting into, because it won't take up much time, and well, if it's not taking up much time and the potential like I showed you is there, I think you should be creating them. Whew! That was a lot of niches. I'm overwhelmed by how many great niches there are, and well, I hope you guys can go and make some sales in them. So make sure you've made a note of every single one of those niches, because you're definitely going to want to be creating some books in them. And well, once again, if you enjoy, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as it would be greatly appreciated. And well, all I've got to say now, get creating. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.